Hello, hello, and this is a quick building tutorial for a Lost Rift demo. I am using an ultra wide screen, as you can kind of see, right? So hopefully it'll still kind of be readable. Like if you're using like a smaller size, like a 1080p screen or something like that, right? Um, so let's get to it. So, building. I forgot to kind of grab those. You can build three different sizes in case that you do not know. So when you're holding the building hammer, is that what it's actually called? Primitive hammer. I thought I heard hyenas. So when you're holding your building hammer, and then you do your right click. Now at the bottom of the screen, near center, you can see a 5x5, 3x3, or 1x1. So you can cycle through those to make different sizes. Let me just switch now with E and Q to actually have a wall facing upward. So now what you can do, your mouse wheel, you can switch between the sizes that you want to build. So right now we'll just kind of build a quick, so that would be, so that would be like what, tiny wall. But now this wall is not complete. You need to go in. So when you're in the build mode, you need to exit out of the build mode while still holding your hammer, and then you need to left click. Right, so you can just like hold it, right? Then you can just go left, right. So once you've done that, I'll just kind of finish that here quickly. So as you can see, now we are using the 5x5. Now if you go back into build mode and scroll down or up, depending on which one you are, you can switch your size. So now you're in a 3x3. Then if you go back again in the build mode, you can go back to do a 1x1. And before you kind of do and break stuff, always be mindful that if there's not enough structure for the building above, they will collapse. They will just break and the part will appear like on the top there. So just so you know, like let's say if you want a tiny 2x2 window, right? You can do that. Say you just want one tiny hole. You can do that as well. Now if you go back into build mode, scroll to a 3x3, now you can have a bit of a bigger window. Or another one, right? Now if you go back again into build mode, you can go to 5x5, and then you can do a 5x5 window. But remember what I said about the block that was above? There was not enough structure around it, so it just collapsed. If I break this here, I'll actually use just a 1x1 so we can maybe see it better. Now if I break this one, I'm pretty sure that a good portion of that top part will break. Actually, I'm quite surprised. What about this one? That one? That one? And that one. So always be mindful when you're breaking stuff. But in short, when you're building, you can always switch between 1x1, 1x1, 3x3, or 5x5. So 5x5 if you're trying to make a big house, right? Long walls, long floors, long roof. And then to try and be more picky and everything, like tiny corners and stuff, you can switch to a 1x1, right? To do more tiny stuff. So that is pretty much it. I guess that I could say that eventually you will need to use the pillar, which are your basically your high beam or whatever they're called in real life, joists, and you will need those eventually to make your structure solid. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this tutorial. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment below, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.